Thanks so much. My name is Nadia Sood. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Credit Enable. And Credit Enable is a financial technology company. And what we really do is make it easy, fast, and affordable for small to medium-sized enterprises to borrow debt. And we help lenders issue that debt in an efficient manner. We are able to help SMEs significantly reduce the cost of capital in their business, which allows them to grow and generate jobs, something I'm really proud of. So I have many role models, but I'm particularly inspired by my mom, actually, who was the first person in her family to go to university, and then subsequently a teacher, and then an entrepreneur in a high technology business. And what she taught me was that you can set your sights on anything, and so long as you have determination, you should be able to make that happen. So I'm very inspired by her. Of course, there are also many other women doing amazing things, but she was foundational to giving me that boost that I needed. And also, really importantly, I'm inspired by my 9-year-old daughter. She has an insane level of resilience and positivity, and basically, regardless of the obstacle that she's confronted with, tends to just pick herself back up and say, that's okay, I'll probably get it the next time. And I think we need people like that around us to push us forward and keep us positive even when things are difficult. Well, I consider myself to have like a two-fold superpower, which is extreme optimism on the one hand and also extreme pragmatism on the other. And those things sometimes come into conflict with one another, but I think they are qualities that you have to have as an entrepreneur. You have to believe in a vision, and you have to believe that you can get there even against all odds. But you also have to be able to be pragmatic about what's going to really be possible and how do you do it within a limited budget. It's a struggle, I think. But early on in my career, I was given an analogy by somebody who I respected a lot, actually a woman mentor of mine, who said to me, building a business, they say that it takes a village to raise a child, and it also takes a village to build a business. And so what I've tried to always do in everything that I've been building as an entrepreneur is to surround myself with people who are substantially smarter than me, but also somewhat emotionally detached from what I'm doing to advise me in those moments. So I draw on them. We have a great advisory board and a great group of investors who are very passionately engaged in our mission and want us to succeed, but also are a little bit outside of the weeds. And so I draw on them when I'm in that conflict, and to help me balance out, but also find the path forward. A very specific piece of advice that I wish I had been told, and I actually was, and it did help me a lot as I was starting this business, is that you need to put yourself in your investor's shoes and understand what's driving their decisioning. And very often what they'll be looking for is that they can get engaged in what you're doing, that they believe in it, that they believe in the team, but also that you're going to be able to manage risk. And sometimes just confronting those issues up front in a conversation and being very clear about how you're going to manage them, and then moving on to the opportunity in that order, is a very good strategy, because you give people a level of confidence about your ability to manage, but you focus them on the potential and the positives so that they can come out of the conversation with a clear mind to invest. If you do it the other way around, you often can get mired down in a really long conversation about risk, and then nobody gets that excited if they have to spend an hour talking about that versus an hour talking about what the size of the market is or the opportunity. So flipping things around and confronting those issues head on is a really good strategy, and I think more founders would benefit from knowing that. Well, I'm the daughter of two entrepreneurs, and when I was growing up, I was working in my family business, and my parents were trying to raise debt from financial institutions, and they always had difficulty doing that. And later, I was a private equity investor for 20 years across multiple markets, and saw, like, at the coalface the same struggles that SMEs were having. So I'm really proud of the fact that I rolled up my sleeves and tried to build something that would help them, number one. And number two, what I'm really proud of, a second thing I'm really proud of is we've actually interacted with about 500,000 SMEs now to help them understand their financial position, where their strengths and weaknesses are, and how to improve. And we're just about to launch a whole financial wellness program together with Experian, which I think is going to be transformative about helping SMEs understand exactly what to do to move themselves up the credit ladder, reduce their cost of capital, and potentially get a first loan if they haven't had one before. Why does that matter? If SMEs get adequate financing, then the GDP grows because they create jobs and they create wealth. And in today's environment, we certainly need that. So I'm very proud of the fact that we're working in a space where we can do so much good for the economy.